Hello, welcome to DK Bolja. I am painting a scene that I see when I'm driving to Glen Eden Beach. And today I'm gonna, on top of this rock, I'm gonna put in a tree, a little tree that found a home on top of the rock. And I have found royalty-free music, so this is good. It's made for YouTube videos, so hopefully this will work. Okay, so the tree is centered pretty much above, a little bit more to the right on the top of this little rock formation. And I'm gonna put that in. So starting with the trunk, I've got a, what is this brush? It's a Creative Mark. And your guess is as good as mine. It's got paint on it. Looks like a 20, 0. I put in the tree body itself. I want to keep it nice and slim because it's just a little tree, a little baby fir tree. One a little thick right there. It's okay. There's going to be lots of foliage there. It'll be fine. I'll put in the side branches. And this is burnt umber and ultramarine mixed together, which makes black, but it also makes dark brown depending on how much burnt umber and ultramarine you put together on the proportions. So and we're going to a commercial, so I'm gonna pause this. I didn't know if they would do commercials, so I guess I won't be using that. I'll have to figure out royalty-free music. Okay. Of course it is YouTube, right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 branches. And one that's kind of hanging out here waving. And this tree, you know, hasn't been trimmed by anybody, so it will be what it is. There's a little guy, a friend tree over here on the side, which isn't really the focal point, but I'll put it in. And again, I'm just using burnt umber, ultramarine, and a little bit of water. Out, the branch goes out a little ways. They're not trimmed. They're gonna look like what they look like, so. There we go. A little bit of pine needles. As long as they're looking like pine needles, they get to stay. If they don't, I'm gonna take them out. Gotta get it flat. Pretty flat. It's loaded with paint. And from where we're at, we're not even gonna be able to tell very much if it's green or brown or what color it is, but we already know, our human brains tell us that's gonna be green pine needles on there, unless it's really bright, you know. If it's really light, then we know it's probably a dead fir tree, like if it's yellow. And I just took and pressed down with my brush on the palette to get it to flare out a little bit. I'm gonna take off a little bit down on the bottom here. just being sort of picky. So I've got a flat brush. I'm just gonna take some of that paint off. It's just got water on this. I'm gonna need to get a stiffer brush. So I'm gonna get a round. There we go. And push that off of there. And I'm gonna grab a Q-tip, but it turns out I don't have them right now, so I will have to bring those over. Where are you, Q-tips? Well, you know what? I'm not gonna worry about it, it's not here, so I've got it good enough, I think, to continue painting. That's what I mean to say. There we go. And I'm just using water and pushing with this little round brush. Pushing in towards the paint as if I was picking up a hair off the painting. All right. Okay, and then this little guy down here has a little bit of foliage on it as well. And it's very sparse, so I need to get some of this paint off of here. There's a lot of paint on here. Take that off. And then tap it on the palette so that I have the brush sort of flared out. There we go. And I'm gonna put a little bit on this guy down here. Give it the look of a fir tree, or a fir tree trying to live on a rock. I don't imagine how it will do, but that's where it's living. On the ocean, nonetheless, which means it will get, the water comes in, right? When the tide comes in. Behind this will be ocean and sand. Yeah, that'd be good. It's a lot more of the pine needles in here. Okay, that's probably plenty. I'm gonna rinse this off. I'm so glad you joined me today, because this is an important part of this painting, putting on the little tree on the top. I want this part to have texture, and it will, because acrylic paint will just show up with texture. I put a lot of paint on there. Kind of like the rock's gonna have a little bit more texture. Yeah, thank you for joining me today, and please subscribe to DK Bolja. I am on a mission to get more subscribers and one day monetize. For now, I'm happy with the subscribers I do get and the watch hours I do have. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you again for subscribing and hitting like, the like button and notification button. Thank you so much. God bless you, my friend.